My relationship with this series is a strange one. I didn't really get into games until I was in secondary school. Before then I was just playing Call of Duty online, along with anything else that was thrown my way. When I met my best friend, there was this series that him and his brother would constantly talk about. It'd be quoted all the time and I'd just be there like,
"You're pretty good,
ninja." War never was, has changed, never will be.
We've managed to avoid drowning.
Is there a way to take off my pants?
So I eventually caved and bought the most recent one at the time. And yeah, I couldn't get into it. I didn't get it. It was too confusing. See, turns out playing the fourth one is like watching your first Marvel movie and seeing this. Years pass. I have to move town. And I miss my best friend. So that series that I heard so much about suddenly started drawing me in.
You can't resist us, Mr. Powers.
It only seems right that I start with the first game in the series. It's time to suit up and get ready for some tactical espionage action. Welcome to No-stalgia. Metal Gear Solid has you playing as Solid Snake, a soldier who's been brought out of retirement to deal with a group of terrorists.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
See, they're about to activate a Metal Gear,
A
a bipedal battle tank capable of firing nukes, and Snake is the only one who can stop them. Now this sounds just like a plot of an 80s action movie, and boy does it feel like it. You've got dramatic camera shots, special forces lingo, you've even got a main protagonist with a gruff voice, and a mysterious past, who is good at two things, making men tremble and women wet.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I was immediately impressed with how cinematic the game is. A serene melody is playing as you're slowly swimming into the base. You've got opening credits that play over the gameplay, and once you're in the elevator, the grand reveal. Solid Snake. Now this is awesome. Just try and look past the fact that all the character models look like potatoes. The art style, however, is striking. Everything has this dark metallic feel to it. The echoing corridors and snow falling means you can almost sense how cold it is. You can even see Snake breathe outside, and guards can even spot your footprints in the snow.
Whose footprints are these?
There are guards all over Shadow Moses, and you're given multiple options on how to deal with them, along with obstacles like cameras and lasers. Metal Gear is propositioned as a stealth game, for the first half at least. You don't even start off with a weapon. You've got to try and stay hidden and either sneak past enemies or dispatch them. Though am I the only one who found taking out enemies really awkward? You have to get really close, and it's just a bit finicky to, gotcha! Go to sleep. If you do happen to get spotted, you'll get the classic sound, and the guards will come swarming in, and your best course of action is to hide. Fortunately, guards can't seem to see 2 feet in front of them. This is the radar, and what your eyes will be glued to for most of the game. Enemies can only see what's in their cone of vision. The radar seems like a crutch. Other games with these sort of camera angles tend to be a lot more zoomed out. Sneaking overall can be fun, however the combat is clunky as hell. First of all, not seeing far in front of you is a pain in the ass. For a section later in the game, enemies end up hitting you before you can hit them, and you end up just tanking the hits. There's no strategy here at all, you just have to stand still and shoot and hope for the best. You can only free aim if you're using the Stinger missile or the sniper rifle, so in theory, these must be the best weapons, right? No, they are not. You still can't move whilst aiming, which means you have to unequip your weapon to avoid getting shot. Even the movement speed is horrendous with the sniper rifle, so you usually end up getting hit before you can do anything. There are multiple times where you have to fight hand to hand, and that's an absolute crapshoot as well. The 3-hit combo you do is too basic to make it enjoyable. I think the most frustrating thing about the combat is most of these issues are in the boss fights, which are some of the most memorable encounters in the game. I'm not gonna lie, the gameplay has not aged well. Despite that, going in blind as an adult, I didn't quite realise just how legendary the stories and the characters are. There is a lot of stopping what you're doing to listen to dialogue. There's so much in fact, but just to squeeze it all out, they added annoying backtracking sections. In literally any other series, this would annoy the shit out of me, constantly interrupting the gameplay. But, I can't be mad at you, Metal Gear. You're such a good boy. The game is basically an American action movie, made by a mad Japanese man. So there's this beautiful marriage of gritty over-the-top action with surreal Japanese quirks.
It's like one of my Japanese animes.
This is held together by superb voice acting. Voice acting at the time was definitely something.
There are terrible demons. Ouch!
However, David Hayter crushes it as Solid Snake.
This isn't a training exercise. Our lives are riding on this. There are no heroes or heroines. If you lose, you're worm food.
And everyone else is incredible. To me, the glue that holds this series together is the characters. I am going to go balls deep into spoilers, so you have been warned. They say a hero is only as good as its villains. And with a premise like this game, you'd expect generic Russian bad guys. Well, there is a Russian, but nah, he dresses like a cowboy and is basically a quadruple agent.
Well, well, if it isn't our old friend
Revolver Ocelot.
The other Foxhound members create some of the most memorable moments in the game. When I fought Psycho Mantis, my mind was bloody blown. You thought games like Prey are impressive for acknowledging your choices. Bitch, back in 1998, Mantis talks about how often I've saved, how often I've died. He even reads my memory card and will comment on any Konami games that I've played.
You like Castlevania, don't you?
What's next? You're going to move my controller with your mind?
Now I will move your controller by the power of my will alone.
No way.
Ever since I was a little kid, like 8 or 9, I could sort of control things with my mind.
There are plenty of fourth wall breaks in the game. I got to the torture section with Ocelot, and he criticised me for not saving in a while.
Snake, it's been a long time since you saved your game.
Yeah? So what?
If your body can't survive the torture, it'll be game over.
Oh yeah, Ocelot, sure.
Ocelot, you did it again. Sorry, boss.
I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
That torture was horrible. I'm pretty sure my arm was going to fall off mashing that button. At least I know how Snake feels. Snake is such an interesting character who goes in head first and doesn't ask any questions. Oh, hang on. I wrote that down wrong. Asks too many questions.
Donald Anderson, right?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What?
So
That's
here,
we're hearing
things
explosive
explosive
arms
arms
tech.
tech.
Where are they? Any other personal area network, huh?
That was one conversation. Early on, you do meet most of the cast. This is... sorry, Snake, what was her name?
Meryl.
She's a rookie soldier who is Snake's love interest.
When I joined up, they gave me psychotherapy to destroy my interest in men.
Are you sure about that one, Meryl?
Oh, hurry! Make love to me!
She is one of the main factors in Snake's development from a cold killer who just follows orders, to the legend that everyone thinks he is. His character is a direct opposition to Liquid Snake. They are both clones of Big Boss, the legendary soldier. So Liquid is Solid's... remind me again?
Brother.
Liquid is easily the most over-the-top performance, and it's amazing. He steals literally every scene that he's in.
I will surpass him. I will destroy him.
You're just like Naomi.
Well, I'm not like you.
One of the biggest themes in the game is legacy and heritage. Liquid is obsessed with his father, believing he needs to live up to Big Boss. Psycho Mantis burned his village down because his father hated him. Otacon has followed his family's legacy of developing nuclear weapons. However, the reason I believe Snake and Hal survive is because they choose not to continue the legacy of destruction and carve their own path, which is enforced by what Grey Fox told Snake when he died.
Snake, we're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at. But at least I always fought for what I believed in.
This deep storytelling is why the series continues to endure even today. Despite the aged graphics, the emotion can still be conveyed by the characters.
What was she fighting for? What am I fighting for? What are you fighting for?
If we make it through this, I'll tell you.
Metal Gear Solid is really something special. I'm not a fan of the controls and the gameplay. I don't think it's aged particularly well. However, the music, the story, the characters, and the attention to detail are all the reasons to at least watch a Let's Play. There's plenty more I could say about this game, and I'm definitely gunning for the rumoured PS5 remake. There was a remake on the GameCube called The Twin Snakes, but I want to give that its own video. I hope you experience this game if you haven't already, and check out my other videos. Let me know what you want me to look at next, and I'll see you in the next video.
So it's true that it affects older people first. Mantis might not have been affected because he wore a mask.